Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have to talk about some amazing news. Some news that just broke on Monday for Tuesday, and that is Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming to IMAX sooner rather than later, and you can get your tickets today. Let's jump right in. Here we go. But before we get started, just a quick reminder, double check you're subscribed to the channel. If not, click the subscribe button, absolutely free. And that makes it so that you can click the bell icon and turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. And while you're at it, hit the thumbs up button because I'm going to want to know what you have to think when we get to the end. So stick around. Let's jump into the story from Cosmic Book News. Will Harrigan writes that Spider-Man Brand New Day swings into IMAX this week. Tickets on sale Tuesday. Boy, oh boy, is that good news. Now, one of the things that the opening for Brand New Day suffered from was a lack of the total PLF market. It had a huge number of theaters, and the auditoriums just kept expanding throughout the weekend. But for this Tuesday, you actually can get in to see the film the way it was shot to be seen. That's right. They have digital IMAX available in a way that you won't see in a regular theater. So if you've seen it at a regular theater, this is your chance for a new experience. So the story says that the last domino of the record weekend just fell. IMAX Corporation officially announced that Spider-Man Brand New Day expands across the IMAX network in North America beginning Thursday, August 6th, with the format's marketing push and new IMAX poster touting Friday, August 7th. And tickets are going on sale Tuesday. That's right, today. Today. And you're going to want to get it. This was the official announcement, which I actually showed on my show yesterday, the 60-Minute Daily. And if you watch my live show, you get a lot of these news stories early. But you're going to get to see Barenthal's Punisher, and you're going to get to see Spider-Man, and you're going to see MJ's portrayal by the amazing Zendaya, and everything else that I had my mind changed about during this film. And why do I say it that way? Because I wasn't really a huge fan of a couple of the characters in the new Spider-Man universe. I know I really like Tom. I think he did a fine job, and especially after the last movie, but I wasn't sold on Zendaya, and I wasn't sold on the kid playing Ned, and I really wasn't sold on these people. But that all changed. The performance of everybody in this last film was top-notch and totally worth it. And what changed all of this was the overseas IMAX numbers. It forced the move. The Brand New Day pulled $23 million on the IMAX formatted screens alone in just 3 markets. That's China, Japan, and South Korea. Does that surprise anybody? Huge Spider-Man fan areas of the world. And if you look at it, this is a record-shattering performance by this film that opened to $932 million in its global debut. That tells IMAX and everybody else that maybe the wrong film is in the wrong theaters right now. The breakdown per IMAX, China delivered $19 million, the biggest IMAX opening weekend in Spider-Man franchise history, with the format driving a franchise best 16% of the movie's opening just there. 16%. That's more than 15%. This is a giant chunk of the audience. If it were to gotten up to 20, I think there would have been IMAX screens flooded with Spider-Man Brand New Day. South Korea set a record with the biggest IMAX opening weekend the market has ever seen for any movie at 2.4 million, and Japan added 2.2 million, with IMAX accounting for about 18% of the film's opening.
Wow.
Now, mind you, that's just 3 markets, not nearly as many screens as we've seen internationally or here in the United States. But what I will say is this move was forced. Nobody wanted to do it. Back to the story, of course. IMAX boss Rich Gelfond noted that Spider-Man franchise has generated $365 million in IMAX receipts over 2 decades. That's an awful lot of money. It's $1/3 billion. And with the Brand New Day rewriting the record books, the company expects the format to be a major driver of both new and repeat viewing. And that's the question here. Did they miss their open window of opportunity, or is IMAX now poised to take full advantage of not just the Odyssey's 2 weekends alone, but maybe to grab the second half of the audience that's going to show up next weekend for Brand New Day? Hard to say, but I think it's probably Solid strategic move. The all-time record crowd of 24.1 million people have already bought the ticket once. Now the biggest screens in the business are looking for an excuse to bring everybody back. And let me tell you, coming back they will. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Nolan keeps film prints. Well, that's right. Any 70mm IMAX projector is still going to stay there. There's 41 viable IMAX 70mm locations worldwide. In other words, Spidey is getting just the digital network. That's good because it distributes those films faster. The purest format, says Nolan, is still going to retain its position. The Odyssey sits at $221 million plus in IMAX global box office, and its own IMAX World Tour is just getting started, with South Korea launching on August 5, China on August 14, and Japan on September 11th. So with two movies that just powered the biggest overall weekend in box office history. That's right, this last weekend. Guess what? We're back in business, over $400 million in just the weekend frame alone between Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day and every other film that just kind of showed up at about $6 million or less. Big weekend. And the record keepers say that the famously opened without a single domestic IMAX screen set the all-time record anyway. The format is arriving for a victory lap, not to the rescue, and the victory lap may be as big as its opening weekend. Can you imagine another domestic open, the likes of which we just got? How about a global open repeat? How about we put the film up around $2 billion already? And if you think that's not possible, well, I'm going to tell you, it absolutely is. Now, let's get to the end of the story. IMAX is a major format. Any PLF is. And when you charge that much for a ticket to get the biggest screen possible, the largest frame of anything imaginable, this is the way to go about getting it. You also get some of the best sound. So by combining those two elements together, along with an already successful movie that nobody can stop talking about, Spider-Man Brand New Day is set up for greatness in a whole new way. And look, I'm there for it. What about you? In fact, let me know what your experience with Spider-Man Brand New Day was or will be in the coming days ahead. Let me know if you've already seen it, if you're planning to see it, or if you have no interest in it down in the comments section below. I would truly appreciate that, along with your support of the channel, as I mentioned before. And don't forget to check out my review right up there, along with all the other related videos about Spider-Man Brand New Day that I've provided over the course of the last week. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Hopefully at a good movie like Brand New Day.